Hey girls, good morning. So I thought it was time. Winnie has been wild child extraordinaire this morning. And so I just sat down and she was laying down all cuddly and I thought it was good. And then she decided to rip the hood off my electric blanket. This is my little hood that goes on my nice little electric wrap. She decided to rip that off. And now she's over there dragging something unknown through the living room. So hopefully I won't have to get up 2.5 million times, but she's wild child this morning. It's okay because she slept for 10 hours. So it's okay. It's okay. She slept almost all day yesterday. She played a little bit, slept 10 hours last night, which caused me to oversleep because I can't get out of the house to go to the gym right now. Everything is iced over. The gym parking lot is treacherous, and so they're advising people to just hold tight this week if we can. So I'm holding tight at home, not going to the gym this week, which I do not love, but I'll be okay. Hey, Winnie, could you come here so I know what you're destroying? Winnie. Winnie Beans. She never comes when she's told. We're working on that. Whatever. We'll figure it out when I'm done. It sounds like a toy. We're going to hope it's a toy. Might not be a toy. All right, it's January 28th. Elihu responds to Job's friends. Job 32, 1 through 22. Job's three friends refused to reply further to him because he kept insisting on his innocence. Then Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, of the clan of Ram, became angry. He was angry because Job refused to admit that he had sinned and that God was right in punishing him. He was also angry with Job's three friends, for they made God appear to be wrong by their inability to answer Job's arguments. Elihu waited for the others to speak to Job because they were older than he. But when he saw that they had no further reply, he spoke out angrily. Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, said, I am old and you are old, so I held back from telling you what I think. I thought, those who are older should speak, for wisdom comes with age. But there is a spirit within people, the breath of the Almighty within them, that makes them intelligent. Sometimes the elders are not wise. Sometimes the aged do not understand justice. So listen to me, and let me tell you what I think. I have waited all this time, listening very carefully to your arguments, listening to you grope for words. I have listened, but none of you has refuted Job or answered his arguments. And don't tell me he is too wise for us. Only God can convince him. If Job had been arguing with me, I would not answer with your kind of logic. You sit there, baffled, with nothing more to say. Should I continue to wait now that you are silent? Must I also remain silent? No, I will say my piece. I will speak my mind, for I am full of pent-up words, and the spirit within me urges me on. I am like a cask of wine without a vent, like a new wineskin ready to burst. I must speak to find relief. So let me give my answers. I won't play favorites or try to flatter anyone. For if I tried flattery, my Creator would soon destroy me. Elihu presents his case against Job. Job 33, 1 through 33. Listen to my words, Job. Pay attention to what I have to say. Now that I have begun to speak, let me continue. I speak with all sincerity. I speak the truth, for the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Answer me if you can. Make your case and take your stand. Look, you and I both belong to God. I too was formed from the clay, so you don't need to be afraid of me. I won't come down hard on you. You have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard your very words. You said, I am pure. I am without sin. I am innocent. I have no guilt. God is picking a quarrel with me, and he considers me his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks and watches my every move. But you are wrong, and I will show you why. For God is greater than any human being. So why are you bringing a charge against him? Why say he does not respond to people's complaints? For God spoke again and again, though people do not recognize it. He speaks in dreams, in visions of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they lie in their beds. He whispers in their ears and terrifies them with warnings. He makes them turn from doing wrong and keeps them from pride. He protects them from the grave, from crossing over the river of death. Or God disciplines his people with pain on their sick beds, with ceaseless aching in their bones. They lose their appetite for even the most delicious food. Their flesh wastes away and their bones stick out. They are at death's door. The angels of death wait on them. But if an angel from heaven appears, a special messenger to intercede for the person and declare that he is upright, he will be gracious and say, "Rescue him from the grave, for I have found a ransom for his life." Then his body will become as healthy as a child's, firm and youthful again. When he prays to God, he will be accepted, and God will receive him with joy and restore him to good standing. He will declare to his friends, "I sinned and twisted the truth, but it was not worth it. God rescued me from the grave, and now my life is filled with light." Yes, God does see things again and again for people. God does these things again and again for people. He rescues them from the grave oh my goodness, I can't read. So they may enjoy the light of life. Mark this well, Job. Listen to me, for I have more to say. But if you have anything to say, go ahead. Speak, for I am anxious to see you justified. But if not, then listen to me. Keep silent, and I will teach you wisdom. Winnie, come here, bud. She's so quiet. I feel like there's something nefarious happening in the other room. Winnie, come here. Usually that makes her come running. Winnie! If that didn't make her come running, then she's chewing something she's not supposed to. If you could excuse me for just one quick moment. Winnie Beans, what have you got? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Oh, yes. Yes, you are. What? Winnie! Yeah, you better run it hard, sis. You know you did that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do you want a calming treat? Do you want a chill pill? Because I'll get you a couple. I can't believe you just did that, you little turd. Hey, knock it off. Boy, oh boy. Come chew on this thing. It's meant for chewing. We were destroying toy baskets, chewing handles off them. Not the end of the world, but hey, Winnie. No. Telling you what. She looks at me and goes, okay, and she chews it again. Stop it. Don't eat it. Oh my God. Elihu, you know. Do I have to take it away completely? Get over here. Hey, you come here. Come here. Why don't you get up here and be good? Come on. I don't know what my autoresponder is sending you guys a whole bunch of stuff, but enjoy. Elihu accuses Job of arrogance. Job 34, 1 through 37. Then Elihu said, "Listen to me, you wise men. Pay attention, you who love knowledge." Job said, "The ear tests the world it hears." Words. I'm so sorry. The ear tests the words it hears, just as the mouth distinguishes between foods. So let us discern for ourselves what is right. Let us learn together what is good. For Job also said, "I am innocent, but God has taken away my rights. I am innocent, but they call me a liar. My suffering is incurable, though I have not sinned. Tell me, has there ever been a man like Job, with his thirst for irreverent talk? He chooses evil people as companions. He spends his time with wicked men. He has even said, 'Why waste time trying to please God?' Listen to me, you who have understanding. Everyone knows that God doesn't sin. The Almighty can do no wrong. He repays people according to their deeds. He treats people as they deserve. Truly, God will not do wrong. The Almighty will not twist justice. Did someone else put the world in his care? Who set the world in place? If God were to take back his spirit and withdraw his breath, all life would cease and humanity would turn again to dust. Now listen to me if you are wise. Pay attention to what I say. Could God govern if he hated justice? Are you going to condemn the Almighty Judge? For he says to kings, you are wicked, and to nobles, you are unjust. He doesn't care how great a person you may be, and he pays no more attention to the rich than to the poor. Hey! No! I don't know why I'm threatening you with a book. Come here. He made them all. In a moment they die. In the middle of the night they pass away, for the mighty are removed without human hand. For God watches how people live. He sees everything they do. No darkness is thick enough to hide the wicked from his eyes. We don't set the time when we will come before God in judgment. He brings the mighty to ruin without asking anyone, and he sets up others in their place. He knows what they do, and in the night he overturns and destroys them. He strikes them down because they are wicked, doing it openly for all to see, for they turned away from following him. They have no respect for any of his ways. They cause the poor to cry out, catching God's attention. He hears the cries of the needy, but if he chooses to remain quiet, who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him, whether an individual or a nation. He prevents the godless from ruling so they cannot be a snare to the people. No! No, sir. Come here. Winnie! I'm going to drug you. Why don't people say to God, I have sinned, but I will sin no more? Or, I don't know what evil I have done. Tell me, if I have done wrong, I will stop at once. Must God tailor his justice to your demands? But you have rejected him. The choice is yours, not mine. Go ahead, share your wisdom with us. After all, bright people will tell me, and wise people will hear me say, Job speaks out of ignorance. His words lack insight. Job, you deserve the maximum penalty for the wicked way you have talked. For you have added rebellion to your sin, and you show no respect. And you may speak angry words, and you speak many angry words against God. No. Take this toy and go play with it. All right, on to our devotional. Breaking free from body shame. We're on page 154, the section titled, Does God Talk Like This? I have met many, many women who feel disqualified from stepping into the good things God has for them because of their bodies. I have met many, many women who feel they cannot possibly ask God for the things they want because they believe their bodies disqualify them. A new season, a new relationship, a new spiritual gift, the feeling of freedom, children, promotion, and even friendship. These are a few of the things we believe we are not entitled to until our bodies are at least somewhat close to the cultural standard. I want to acknowledge that these are what I call back of the mind thoughts. We may not say them out loud. They may simply be unacknowledged assumptions that we live with. Others may have actually said these things out loud or made agreement with these lies. We may have been told these untruths from an early age, making it all the more difficult for us to break free of them. But before we move any further, because let go of my sweater. Let go. Oh, look, you've got another loose tooth. You want me to pull it? Let go. Oy, oy, oy. But before we move any further, because I trust you and the Holy Spirit in you so much, I want to pause and invite you to answer this question. Once we say these things out loud, in the light of all we've discussed about having a kingdom-minded view of our bodies, do these conditional statements concerning the callings on our life sound like something God would endorse? Let's shake our heads for a moment, dusting off the cultural confines and even lies we've been told, and ask, does God talk like this? Would the God we know and love, the God who created and sustains us, say, you can't enter the next phase of your life until your body fits the cultural expectation? You can't have access to the spiritual gift I gave you until you look better. You can't have children, family, or relationships I planned for you until you get your body business in order. I vote no. Stop. I hate even writing those sentences because I believe they are wrong and far from the heart of God. And yet, I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone claim to speak for God, applying those untruths to Him and from Him. Often, in a discipleship moment, when I'm meeting with a gal from church or someone I'm leading, I'll encourage women to physically respond with the truth that she believes. Something about putting our beliefs in motion helps us to remember that they are true. For example, when a woman comes up against the lie that her body disqualifies her from God's abundance, I'll encourage her to shake her head in an active, definitive no response. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Sometimes our misunderstanding of the gospel is rooted so deeply it takes relearning His word to realize He never expected, demanded, or asked for perfection from us. Rather, He anticipated our great need for grace and mercy and provided a rescue in the way of Jesus. Romans 8:1 says, "Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." If God Himself declared war on the condemnation against our souls over, why would we continually attribute this condemning conditional message to Him? Let's look a little more closely at the best passage in Scripture regarding God's image of our bodies versus the world's image. We're going to pick up there tomorrow at the next section. Why are you ignoring me? It's like I'm not even, my opinion. Oh, you can't eat that. That will make you very sick. Let go. Oh my word. There. Now you can't eat it because I just ripped it off the basket. Took care of that. The basket, by the way, is full of toys, but we would rather eat the basket. Oh, let's just go to the other handle. She said there's two. I can go to the other one, Mom. You don't win. All right, let me go back into the chat and read. Yeah, same here, Jan. Well, we were out Saturday morning. Was it morning? Saturday. And yeah, I'm ready to leave the house. We do have a dog appointment tomorrow. My autoresponder is going crazy this morning, sending y'all resources. I don't know what they are. She chews everything. Dory, she's been chewing since before she lost her teeth. I'm sure she is teething, but it doesn't matter. She chews everything that she's not supposed to, even though she's got 1.5 million chewable things. Pumpkin stuffed French toast. That sounds good. Kefir ice cream. Let's see. Diana says, continued prayer requested for my grandson Lucas. He is still down with norovirus. So hard for a 9-month-old. Poor baby. Of course, I got it as well. Down 8 pounds since Friday. That's one weight loss method, isn't it? My daughter doesn't have it as bad, thank goodness. Oh, norovirus is miserable. Oh my goodness. Karen, you don't know how many times I thought I might eat one of those calming treats. See what happens. They're turkey flavored. They look like they're covered in powdered sugar, but they're not. I've been tempted a couple of times. Dory, she has a crate, but if I were to put her, she does so well in it at night, and when we go to town, she does really well in a crate. But if I put her in her crate during a time that is not one of those times, we wouldn't be able to do devotions. She would keep the entire household up, and it's so loud. Like, she would bark the entire time. I'd never be able to do devotions. Usually I wait until she's tired and lays down, which I did this morning, and then she decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get up and keep going with my destruction instead of laying down. Now she's laying down. She's on my feet laying down. Now she'll stay here until it's 9:30. She'll sleep until probably She'll get up and play lightly. She'll get up and eat her lunch, but she will be asleep until about 5 o'clock tonight. That's what she does. She plays a little bit, goes out to pee, eats her lunch, which takes her about an hour because I freeze it solid. But the rest of the time, she will be sound asleep until about 5 o'clock tonight. So we just have to get through that first hour of chaos. Hour and a half today. Actually, 2 hours today. What did you ask me for, Rita? And I said, no. Oh, a calming treat. I don't know how they'd work on humans, but I'm willing to be the tester. Actually, I'm not. They smell terrible. She likes them, but I only give them to her at night now, like in the evening when she decides it's time to be chaos. I don't know what's going on with my hair here. It's all messed up. I really need to get a haircut because my bangs are so long. This is all they do all the time. And it drives me crazy. And I hate tucking it behind my ear because I feel like it makes me look like I'm trying to be 16. I need to get bangs for my vast forehead. I need a haircut. But I'll get it done before the gathering. I'll wait until then. Meredith says, Rita, they make adult calming treats. I call it the devil's lettuce. That's right. They do sell them on every corner. I don't know about where you are, but in Maine, every 6 feet, you can get the devil's lettuce in gummy treat form. Mm. All right, yeah. See, now she's settled in. This will be her until almost 5 o'clock tonight. Literally, can you even see her? No, I'm trying to show you and I can't even get the computer up there. That's it. The calm has hit and she will stay pretty much like that. It's good. She's a good puppy, except for the hour and a half in the morning and the hour and a half at night. The rest of the time, she's psychotic. But that's okay. All right, girls, let's go ahead and pray. God, our Father, I thank you for this day and our time together. Thank you for this community of women to listen to devotions together and to draw closer to you, both with the word and through reading this book. God, I just thank you for the blessing that it is in all of our lives. God, we continue to lift up this poor baby with norovirus. Just ask for your healing and for the whole family to recover quickly from this, and just ask for your strength and peace to surround them. God, I pray for those that are still struggling with loss of power, that you would help the crews to quickly restore and get back to normalcy there in Tennessee and all the areas that are struggling. God, I just continue to lift them up. I know there are a lot in this community that are unable to access internet and power right now. We just ask for your strength and quick recovery of utilities to them. God, and that seems trivial in light of everything that's going on in the world right now. I just ask that I know that these difficult things that are going on in our world are forecasted and prophesied and expected, and things are not likely to ever return to normal life. But we are called to be light in this dark world. Help us to spread our light throughout our communities, our towns, sharing the love of Christ in this very dark and difficult world. God, as we go through this day, help us to honor you with every choice that we make today. In your precious and holy name, amen. Yeah. We don't have it so much down here. I don't think it's legal down here. There's a lot of like CBD stores, but the actual product is not legal down here. So you can still smell it from time to time, but it's not like that, like Maine. Oof. Smell like weed wherever you went in Maine. Everywhere. I never knew what it smelled like until I was in class as a senior, and there was this, I took a cooking class, and it was like a 4-hour part of my day that I was in this class, and there was this kid that would always come in, and I always thought he was odd. He'd laugh at the dumbest things. I was so naive, you guys. So naive. Okay. I went to a private Christian school most of my schooling. I went to a public school my senior year. So I didn't know anything about trucks. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Like I was naive enough to believe people would not actually do something like that, especially a high school kid. Like, who would break the law? Like, who would do that? That was my, okay. And this kid always came into the cooking class with bright red eyes and would laugh at everything and was like super chill. And he stunk so bad. And I would go home and say to mom, I don't know what's wrong with that kid. He smells terrible. Mom didn't know what it was either. And then one day somebody said a kid smokes way too much pot. And I was like, wait, pot like marijuana? He's smoking marijuana? That was my first introduction. What? And then we went on a senior trip and we all got kicked out because the same kid had brought it with him. And we all got kicked out and sent home from the hotel because that kid was smoking weed. I couldn't believe people actually did it. I'm so naive. I was so naive because I had no idea. I was flabbergasted that somebody would dare break the law. I wouldn't even have known how to break the law. I was so naive. Like, I wouldn't even have known people could actually do it. Like, how? I didn't want to. I had no idea people actually would. So lame. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being naive. And Marin would be the same way. She would be absolutely the same way. For which I'm grateful. All right, my friends, I love you girls so much. I hope you have an amazing day. I have so much filming to do today. The movement challenge that is coming starting the 2nd, which I think is Monday. Strong Enough to Move. If you haven't registered yet, it's a free challenge that you can be part of. There is a VIP option that gives you extra resources, but there is a free challenge starting Tuesday. Make sure you go sign up for it. It's all over Facebook. There's emails going out today as well. Come join us. It's going to be a fun challenge, and I have a lot of work to do for that to prepare for today. Also, I wanted to ask, it seems that when I do devotions later, closer to 8:45 or 9, so many more people are able to join. So many more people are able to watch the video. Do you guys prefer later devotions? Tell me in the comments what you prefer. I try to do what everybody wants. I've failed miserably at doing it early in the morning. It just hasn't worked out with Winnie. I let her sleep as late as she wants to because I know once she wakes up, it's insane. So you prefer the later? Okay. Well, everybody tell me in the comments what you prefer. If you prefer the later, that's great. I'm not opposed to doing later. Of course, typically on Wednesdays, I'm at the gym at this time. So I have to do it earlier, closer to 8 on gym days. But the days that I don't go to the gym, I can definitely do later. So, all right. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all back tomorrow. Bye, guys.